Crandall gonna tell us the story of this rig and how he and his dad got started drilling.
So when we first started drilling, he had a rig that he had rebuilt. It was like a forerunner of the Mayhew. It was called an Engineering Laboratories Incorporated. And he rebuilt that rig and drilled with it, gosh, I'd hate 15 years or so. And then at one point, the wells we were drilling were bigger and deeper than that rig would really handle.
Okay.
So he bought this rig, and this one was from California. It's a 10TG Portadrill. It was originally on a gas truck. And in California, the engine went out of the truck, and when they went to tow it, they started the deck engine up and raised the mast up a little bit so the wrecker could get back under the mast to the bumper.
Got it.
They raised the front of the truck up and took off, and the first overpass they came to, the mast hit the overpass and bent a lot of the stuff on the back of it.
You can't make this stuff up.
No. So they took and towed this thing in and mothballed it. And then my father bought it. Portadrill was still operational in Aurora at that time. So he went in and looked at the specs on this rig, bought it, we brought it out, fixed it, and made it work, and ran it a while like that. Ran it as we went, fixing things on it that needed to be repaired. And then eventually, the truck that it was on then, we had it on a white truck. White, I don't know what eventually came white Volvo, but it was a white truck with a heavy-duty front end. And put a pump on the rig itself, changed the drive to accommodate that, and drilled with this forever. Actually, clear on past when my father had retired and was gone. And then we brought it in to retruck it and got this far and had the opportunity to buy other rigs that were running. At the time, we were so busy drilling wells, we really didn't have time to mess with this thing.
So what's the deepest that this rig's ever drilled?
This one went
size of the hole
1,400 feet, 7.5-inch hole, 5 5/8 casing.
Wow.
Yeah. And this one, and this one is.
And so what's that? A long day?
No, that was with that deal. That was probably a week-long deal.
Really?
Yeah.
And what, 4.5-inch by?
It was 5 5/8 casing. As far as drill pipe?
Yeah.
2 7/8 failing expiration.
Really?
Yeah, drill pipe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long?
20-foot joints.
20-foot joints.
20-foot joints.
Well, that's a long mast for those kind of 20-foot joints.
Originally, this would have had a 35-foot mast on it. We had lengthened the mast to run longer casing, and then at one point we put the board on it so we could trip doubles.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And then, like I said, we brought it in. This was one of Josh's projects. And he just basically disassembled it and
got it mounted, and that was about it.
Yeah, we got that far, and then had the opportunity to buy other machines that were further along,
ready to go. Yeah.
And
well, is this for sale?
No, I'll show you here in a little while. I've got other rigs that I will paint this truck and put under. This is a 2000 model truck. Not a terrible amount of miles on it. It's it was from an ex-oil field truck that I bought 2 of these. That the units went bad, and they took the units off and then decided to go with completely new trucks and new units.
So actually, you're planning on using the truck, but not the rig necessarily.
Yeah, I've got other rigs that are further along than this one.
Right.
But I'll show you in a little bit that I'll put
super.
this under.
Well, thank you.
Yep.